Hi guys, and welcome back to another championship prediction video. And at the weekend, we had a brilliant weekend, 4 scores correct. If that doesn't deserve an extra subscriber, I don't know what does. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button for 4 correct scores. And like the video, let's try and get 5 likes on this one. Now, the scores I got correct were Preston beating Reading 2-1, Luton beating Blackpool 1-0, Middlesbrough and Bristol City drawing 1-1, and Norwich beating Rotherham 2-1. So some very good scores in there, 4 correct, very happy with that. Let's get in to this next week and let's hope that we can get some more scores correct here. Now, these are some weird fixtures. I believe that they were the week of the Queen passing away, so they were all postponed, and they've been fit in very weirdly. Now, 3 of them have already been played, but I do predict scores before all of the games anyway, because I do play along with my dad, and we both guess all the scores, so you can take my word for it, or you can't. Up to you. But 3 games have been on so far. Wigan played Blackburn. I guessed 1-1. Wigan won it 1-0. Bristol City played against Preston. I said 1-0 to Preston. And Bristol City won 2-1. So pretty poor. But the 3rd game was the big one. Burnley against Norwich. I went for Burnley to win it 1-0. And they did. So 1 correct score there. Very, very good, getting that game right. Let's get in to the predictions. And starting off with Blues up against Swansea. Now, Blues carried on their good form. 2 losses in 12 now. 3 unbeaten with 2 wins in those 3. We beat Stoke 2-1 at the weekend. And I saw a table since the transfer window has closed, and we were 4th. So since that window has shut and we've had all our players, we have been in very special form. I'm hoping it can continue here as we are at home. Swansea haven't won in their last 3, and they also haven't won in their last 3 away games, which is making me hope we can get something out of this one. And I'm going to go all out because I'm very positive about the club at the moment and say Blues are going to win it 2-1. Blackpool take on Middlesbrough next. Now, Blackpool have lost 2 in a row, both 1-0 to West Brom and Luton. Middlesbrough are unbeaten in 2 and drew at the weekend 1-1 with Bristol City. That was one of my correct scores. I think that this could be quite similar. Blackpool have the attacking power, they just haven't scored in a couple, but I think the goals will be back here, 1-1. Cardiff take on Hull now. Cardiff won their last game 1-0 against Sunderland and have won 2 out of their last 3. Hull, they haven't managed to win in their last 3 and they drew 0-0 against Millwall at the weekend. I'm going to go for the same. I don't see many goals between these sides. 0-0. QPR take on Huddersfield next. Now, QPR haven't won in 3, haven't scored in 3 either. Since that 2-0 loss to Blues, they've struggled to pick up points. They lost their last game 1-0 against West Brom. Huddersfield have lost 2 in a row without scoring. And if we go in on quality, QPR have the edge. So I'm going to go for QPR's goals to come back and their wins as well. QPR to win 2-0. Sheffield United against Rotherham. Now, Sheffield United are back. 6 games without a win, but 3 wins in a row and a 5-2 win over Burnley at the weekend. What a brilliant result. Burnley had only lost 1 game all season. Fair play to Sheffield United. I think they are back on course but are probably quite sad that there's not too many games left until the World Cup. Rotherham haven't won in 5. They're struggling a lot, slipping down the table. I think Sheffield United will comfortably win this one, 3-1. Stoke take on Luton. Now Stoke have lost 4 out of their last 5, really struggling, and they lost 2-1 to Blues. Luton have only lost 1 out of their last 10 and won 1-0 against Blackpool at the weekend. I see something similar here. I feel like I always go for this scoreline when Luton are involved and I fancy them to win, but Luton to win, 1-0. Watford take on Reading. Now Watford were very shaky under Slaven Bilic to start off with, but after 3 wins in a row, maybe they thought that they were back. Then they lost 1-0 to Coventry. I went for a draw in that game. I should have went a bit more on Coventry. I knew what they were capable of, but I didn't see them winning it. I thought they could get a point. But fair play, Coventry have been in very good form recently, and that kind of puts Watford back a couple of steps. Reading are in very poor form, only won 1 out of their last 8 fixtures, and they haven't won in their last 3. That's why I'm going to go all out on the home team, Watford to win, 2-1. Now in the next 2 games, a lot of things could change. But we start off with Sunderland up against Millwall. Now this is being played on the 3rd of December, but it does belong to these fixtures this round. Sunderland are not in the greatest form, only won 2 out of their last 10. Millwall struggle on the road, picking up only 1 win so far this season. So I'll go down the middle, 1-1. And finally, Coventry up against West Brom. Now this one is due to be played on the 21st of December, and I know Coventry are playing on Tuesday night, but that belongs to a different set of fixtures from when their home ground was closed. Coventry against West Brom. Interesting one, because Coventry started poorly, but were quite a few games behind. Have been in very good form recently. 2 1-0 wins in a row, the latest against Watford. West Brom, also very shaky, but picked up 2 wins in a row for the first time this season. Both 1-0, same as Coventry. And the latest was against QPR. Very good 3 points for both sides in their last game. How do we see this one going? Well, it's after the World Cup. Players are going to have long breaks. So God knows about either of these games. They're difficult to pick up because there will be a lot of teams that will drop off the face of the earth after the World Cup. Hopefully Blues aren't one of them for me. And there will be teams that just come into some great form. I'm thinking of maybe a West Brom, who are quite low down there, a Middlesbrough, that just have a second half of the season push. For me, they both won their last 2 games 1-0, so let's go exciting. I'm going to go down the middle though, 2-2. So, those are my predictions for these fixtures. 3 of them have already been played and I got 1 score correct. 7 up on Tuesday night and then 2 to be played in December. Let me know down in the comments what your predictions are. Make sure to hit the like button. Let's get to 5 likes on this one. And subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, 4 scores correct last time. That's worth a subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss me do it again. Up the Blues.